Alright guys, welcome back. You can see the car is up in the air right now. Well, somewhat up in the air. But I'm gonna go over, as you can see I'm a little dirty. I got, well, this is actually the bottom boot of the motor mount. So yeah, I'm taking out the motor mounts once again because this driver's side was shot, completely gone, nothing left. It is destroyed. That is my problem. I'm a little ticked off. It's hot out here. Thank goodness I got a nice cold Mountain Dew. But anyway, I'm kind of gonna give you guys a little update here because as you can see, I got the headers are on. This is my last video. I showed the car pretty much just starting up, cold starts of each one. So now I can kind of explain a little bit of why I didn't really show a whole lot of video of doing the process, because as you can see it's a very tight squeeze through here, and yeah, overall it was just very time consuming and very tedious. It was a two-person job for me, so it was something that was very irritating because the studs, they all come out. So I reused my studs and nuts, so I took them all out, separated them, cleaned them off real good. The issue I was having is we put all the studs back in first into the block, and then went ahead and tried to put the headers in. That is a no-no. We can't do that because there is not enough clearance between the firewall or the side of the engine bay to the block. It's already, I mean, there's like maybe this much clearance, like literally right where it is now. So you really gotta stuff these things in there, and you can't put them in when the studs are in. So you have to take them out and then install the header first. Then you can go in and put your studs in while it's in. So it makes it a little more difficult. That's why I needed two people to put these in. And yeah, it was pretty irritating because I don't know what cylinder it is, but pretty much it's number 2 on this one I'm pointing at. That one, there is, was it that one? No, it was the third one. It's the third header, the pipe there. It came so close to the, right where the bend is, right where your stud would go in. So you really have like no room to do anything with. So trying to put the stud in was difficult, and then trying to put the nut on top of that, because you're literally touching the pipe trying to just barely get that thing on there, but managed to get it. There is enough room to do it. It is very difficult, and it will test your sanity 100%. So yeah, like I said, it's probably about 7.5 hours to do the job. It took a while, but now I had some rubbing issues and vibrations going through it. So I found out it was my motor mount, which now I can actually explain this whole messed up thing as well. Because when you put these headers in, the long tube headers, you cannot take out that top bolt for the motor mount anymore. So keep that in mind if you're doing the long tube headers, because taking mine out, as you can see, I have my the heat shield on the motor mount still down there. The motor mount is out. Well, I'm working its way out right now, but I kind of had to, it was just big enough for a 16 millimeter open end wrench to get up in there and to break it loose, and then kind of just doing like a little turn at a time to get it far enough down, and then have to jack up the motor as well. So I undid the bottom bolt for the mount first, take that out completely, and then in the other side I did as well. So take them both out first, put a block underneath the oil pan, and then put a little jack under there while you're on stands too, and then you can lift the motor up by itself. That way you can give yourself enough distance, give you about, I don't know, about an inch and a half or so, to get it off of where it's seated on the bottom. and then you can undo the rest, and you can kind of like twist it off. So you have to hold the bolt a little bit and work. It was very difficult to do, but it is doable. As soon as I got it off, it laid over, and then I honestly thought I broke something because there was a lot of oil coming out, and I thought it was motor oil, but it was the oil in the mount, because they were oil-filled motor mounts. So all the oil was spilling out, and it was caught all inside of here. As you can see, the oil inside that little cover boot. So yeah, so it was all pouring out 100%. It was shot. It's gone. Now we can put some new ones in. I'm just waiting for the shipment, but I thought I'd get a jump start on this and get it out, at least get it set up so I can just throw them in and we can move on. So we did that. Okay, so the headers are on now, and I have, where are they at? I'm going to show you guys, see if I can find, oh, here they are. Here is the upgraded throttle body. It's the 82 millimeter and the 82 millimeter adapter. So we're doing that. I have all my injectors in here, and my injector adapters or extenders or whatnot, whatever you want to call them. I may need them, may not need them. It is what it is. And I have my AN lines that I'm going to put on my fuel rails to make a loop rail. We're doing that, and also we're deleting the bypass valves, or these are the secondary air injection valves. I mean, they're kind of, it's a weird thing. I don't know, 'cause everything I looked up shows that these are secondary air injection pumps, but they also come up as a bypass valve. But we're deleting these, putting the secondary air block off plates on the bottom, so we won't have these no more, and I can put my AN lines, adapters to there, make my loop rail, so that'll be all taken care of. We got our bigger injectors we're going to throw in then, and then just waiting for VRP right now to send my flex fuel kit, because unfortunately they're like really behind and very slow with their move and whatnot. But it's been going on just over 3 weeks now since I put my order in, and they're very poor customer service right now. Very, very poor. They don't communicate. They said they're sending stuff out, sending shipping stuff, but it hasn't sent out yet. It's a whole thing. So hopefully by the end of next week I'll have the parts, and then we can move on, get this thing back on the road. And also I have well, another thing, guys, there's so much crap that I had to redo that I just didn't know about. But I was underneath the car, and I found out that my transmission mount was completely destroyed, and I had the shift linkage bushing that was completely missing as well. So we replaced all that stuff, and then we were moving on to the front here, and then I found out I have a bad hub. Well, my hubs, because I put some cheaper hubs on it from a few years back, and apparently they got warped or bent or something. So they got a little wobble in them. So doing that, and it destroyed a bearing, an outer bearing on this side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I ordered 2 new ones, some good ones, and we'll be swapping those onto that. I have new Zimmerman rotors. We got the pads, the kits from FCP Euro. So we got all of those coming in. Thing's gonna stop on a dime now. Everything's gonna be solid. The mounts are good. We have all the new stuff, safety-wise, everything's gonna work as it should. Then we're gonna get our tune, and this thing should haul butt. It should. We're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. So I'm just kind of sharing with you guys so far what I did, and yeah, it's a little bit of a process, kind of annoying. It's taken this long just because all these little things keep happening, but I want to make sure everything is 100% what it should be before we start adding more power. So it's going to be safe, reliable, and yeah. So you see we have my smaller supercharger pulley, you know, some of the goodies, got a belt wrap kit, got everything that should work pretty good. Everything should work. So yeah, guys, this was my kind of an update and a little an update for our old video. I had another video of the motor mount DIY. So if you guys look at that, that's for having like the standard stock manifolds. Works perfect. This just a little bit different just because of the bolts, like I said. But other than that, it's pretty simple. I mean, it just takes some time, some finessing. Pretty much the same side on that is going to be the same way as this one. So just take your time with it. Always be safe. Do the best you can. But yeah, that is it, guys, for right now. As soon as I get some new parts, whatever I do next, it's probably gonna be gonna wait for the flex fuel kit, and then I'll get a video, just disassembling of the charge pipes, things like that, and maybe making the rail, doing some other things, get everything to what it should be. So yeah, guys, if you like these videos, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.